Hello, everyone. My guest today is Parag Goswami. He is the co-founder and CEO of Clik.ai. He began his tech career as a software engineer at I Trust Financial Advisors, and then after that founded House.in and Integrand Analytics. That company was the first online property listing website that generated 10 million plus in property sales over 2 years. And then Integrated Analytics or Integrand Analytics was a leading CRE focused knowledge processing outsourcing firm that supported $7 billion dollars in loan and investment transactions between the globe between 2013 and 2018. After that, he founded Clik.ai. Parag, you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right. So what is Clik.ai? CLIK.ai.
So we are a software platform that helps commercial real estate investors do their due diligence and transaction investment due diligence much, much faster than what they are traditionally doing today.
And are they paying you? They're the ones that are paying you customers?
Yeah, that's correct. So like, so for example, whenever they receive deals from brokers, they would run those files through us. And instead of doing a lot of manual work, they use our platform to do it much faster.
Okay. What do they pay you on average to use the tech?
So the price may range between the lowest subscription ranges from $250 per user per month to anything between 500. So there are different layers to the pricing structure. Traditionally, typically we've been selling so far enterprise contracts. So depending on the number of users they purchase, so enterprise B2B SaaS.
And you launched, it sounds like in 2019.
So we kind of like launched the platform just very briefly in 2018. So it's been about 2 years but 2019 and 20 was when we actually started doing a lot of work for these
Okay.
clients.
So pre-revenue, no revenue in 2018.
A little bit of revenue. So, because of the platform's kind of, it's a document extraction driven approach. So we started like taking some service contracts and from there on move those customers to more like SaaS.
How much agency revenue did you do in 2018?
So the 2018, during our first launch, we did about 200,000 US dollars. Next year, about a half a million. And today, last year we just crossed 7 digits.
So that's great. Now that $200,000 though you did in that year one, again, that was more like agency dollars, right? It wasn't pure play SaaS yet.
No, it was kind of like I would say 80% services, 20% product. Then next year was more like 50-50, and then last year it was 70-30.
Interesting. Okay, so this is great. So customers pay on average $250 per month, and then your MRR last month was about how much?
So about 100K
Okay.
right now.
100K. That's great. Nice growth. And where's most of this growth coming from? How are you adding new customers?
Most of them were founding us online. Like most of the big banks and large broker companies, they have digital transformation teams who are looking for more automated solutions. So they found us. Some of those growth came from referrals and a little bit from content marketing.
Okay. And how many customers are you serving today?
Today we have about 15 customers overall.
Okay. So, okay, got it. So in order to get $100,000 of MRR from 15 customers, they must be paying for what, 3, 4, 500 seats?
Yeah, so close to that. We're about that many users, but I would say that, top 7 customers contribute about 70% of their revenue.
Top
So,
7. Yep. Okay. So do you have really, I mean, usually when you see customer concentration like this, at this ACV level, so pretty expensive, you see expansion revenue be really high. Like you can focus on 7 customers and expand them every year. What does your expansion revenue look like on a percentage basis over the past 12 months?
so typically, across, so that's our ideal customer, which ranges from $30,000 to 250, and from there on, I think there is a potential to go 50 to 100% more over the next 2 years.
Is that what you've actually done over the past 12 months? Are there accounts you've expanded by 50 or 100%?
Our biggest account actually expanded more than 50%.
Wow.
In a year.
And what about churn? Any downgrade revenue or churn revenue?
So on the enterprise, like on the top customers, not really, but on the smaller, we do sell, single user licenses to some small private equity groups too. On that, I'm seeing 10, 20% year on year.
Well, give it to me though on not a logo basis. Give it to me on a revenue basis. So even if a small person churns, well, it's not a lot, so it's going to be very small churn. So what's the revenue churn over the past 12 months?
It's hard to quantify, but I would say, about a few $1,000s per month.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so that's not a ton at all. That's great. So super healthy economics here, over 100, 120, 130% net revenue retention. How are you getting these banks? There's a huge trust factor here. Walk me through how you're closing them.
So we, just like a product-driven approach, we have trials going on. We open up POCs. One thing that we do is we fully integrate their existing workflows. So once all their financial models, a lot of their existing spreadsheets and stuff are integrated, they feel really like a very highly automated environment, and that's why there's a little bit of stickiness to the product as well.
Mm-hmm. Have you bootstrapped the business or did you raise?
We bootstrapped and till 2019. 2019, we did our first outside round for about $2 million. Part of that was some debt from friends and family that converted.
Got it. So $2 million round in 2019. And what valuation did you raise at?
We raised a $10 million post money.
Do you regret that, or was 10 million the right price?
I think it was a little higher, could have been a little lower, but just from a Series A, right, where we are doing an A round right now. So that becomes a benchmark both for us as well as investors, but eventually it should be okay.
So you're looking to raise now. How much are you raising?
We're raising about $6 million.
And what valuation are you targeting?
We don't have a lead, but looking at about 18 million pre-money.
Okay, got it. And you think you'll get it? You think you'll get it done?
Hopefully, yes. There is a lot of strategic interest, especially in the prop tech sector. There are a lot of SPACs coming up, so definitely strong momentum.
How would you work with a SPAC if they approached you and you liked them?
I don't think we are at that stage right now. The way I look at it, SPAC is more like they're replacing Series C and D. But an early entrance into these strategics would be very key because, again, it's a private equity game, enterprise B2B SaaS. So that's how we're looking at.
How much cash are you burning per month right now?
Say that again, please.
How much cash are you burning per month?
So we're burning around 120, 130 at this point.
On a gross or net basis?
On a gross basis.
Okay, got it. And what about on a net basis? Are you break even?
I would say 20, 30 per month is the kind of like the deficit right now.
That's not bad at all. So you got plenty of runway to get this round done. I assume you have some cash in the bank?
Yeah, we do. We can always raise from an existing investor, but ideally would like to have a little more sophisticated parties involved just from a growth perspective.
Mm-hmm. And tell me more about your team size. How many folks today?
So today we are about 25 people, half of that in tech, and then some half of them in support functions like management.
Any quota carrying sales reps?
No, not so far.
Okay, interesting. And then, okay, got it. So about 13 to 15 engineers and another 13 or so marketing and ops and everything else.
Yeah.
Great. This is interesting. And how are you, do you model CAC? Do you look at what it costs you to acquire a new customer since you have, again, there's so few?
Very hard, but I've tried to do it for smaller accounts. And for that, it ranges anything between $1,000 to $100,000. $100 to $1,000 right now.
Sorry, what? 1,000 to what?
$500 to $6,000 for smaller accounts.
Okay, $6,000 to get a customer that pays you about $250 a month.
Yeah, so $500 to $1,000 the cost of acquisition for customers that's paying anything between $4,200 to $6,000 per seat.
Got it. Okay, got it. Very good. And where do you think most of your growth is going to come from this year?
I think we're launching a full transaction platform very soon, so that basically enhance the entire workflow for a lot of investors and banks, and that's where we see quite a lot of growth will come on. We're seeing quite a bit of traction on single user accounts and smaller groups, and that's where looking like a healthy pipeline.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Would you ever look at? Do you want to definitely sell 6 million on 18 pre? You definitely want to sell equity. Would you ever look at doing a deal where you're using founder path to turn some of your MRR into upfront cash?
I think I would like to build a company right now. I think the opportunity is quite big, very interesting. So would be great to be part of that journey.
So, well, what I'm asking is, it's just a question of how do you get cash? Do you want to keep selling equity, or would you look at alternative options?
No, I would prefer to go with the equity. It's not just about the cash. It's also about, we'd like to use some relationships to grow faster.
Yeah. Someone in banking that can help you get more banking customers.
Some strategic banks, things like that.
Well, unfortunately, I am not a banker. Otherwise, I would pitch myself very hard to get involved because I think you're onto something special here. In the meantime, though, let's wrap up with the famous five. Number one, what's your favorite business book?
So something that Oren Pitch Anything by Oren Klaff has fundamentally changed my life, I feel, in some ways. So that would be
Number number two, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
uh, big fan of Elon Musk, but everyone is. Secondly, I'm a huge believer in what Chamat is doing for social capital, like from founder and equality. So that's something else.
And number three, what's your favorite online tool for building Click?
Recently, I've started using a tool called Snove.io. It's incredible.
Number four, how many hours of sleep are you getting every night?
Weekdays about 6 to 7, weekends about 8 hours, 9 hours.
And what's your situation? How old are you, Prague?
I'm 38 years old.
And married, single kids?
I have a girlfriend. We have 3 dogs.
Three dogs, nice. And take us back to your 20-year-old self. What's something you wish you knew?
I would like to get involved and buy more Bitcoins if I can.
Guys, at Clik.ai launched in 2018. They did about $200,000 in sales. In 2019, did about $500,000 in sales. This year, today, they're at a $1.2 million run rate. They raised $2 million at a $10 million post-money valuation in 2019, hoping to raise $6 million on an $18 million pre-money currently right now. We'll see what happens. Again, growing nicely, have plenty of runway to be patient with the raise. They want to find somebody strategic. Parag, thanks for taking us to the top.
Thank you, Nathan.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers. They try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that